This is a demo of Unqork's payroll protection program loan forgiveness workflow. Once the applicant has logged in, they're brought to a landing page for the forgiveness workflow. This page includes a summary of the forgiveness program. It also includes a list of the documentation that will be required during this workflow. Finally, this page provides a link to the Small Business Association's guidelines on loan forgiveness. During the next step of the workflow, the applicant will select from a list of loans available for the forgiveness program. In practice, we would integrate with the bank to pull the list of applicable loans. In our demo, we will be selecting Loan A. Once the applicant has selected a loan, Unqork provides a list of the relevant business and loan information required for the forgiveness application. Since this is an existing loan, most of the information cannot be edited. The applicant can, however, update the primary contact information, which we will be doing before proceeding. This next step of the workflow collects additional required business information. We include tooltips within fields to provide the applicant with additional information to help them through the application process. If the applicant's business has a bi-weekly or weekly payroll schedule, the SBA allows the applicant to specify an alternative payroll covered period at their discretion. We enable this with embedded logic and reflexive components within the page. Once the fields appear, if the applicant chooses to specify an alternative payroll coverage start date, our page's embedded logic automatically calculates the coverage end date. This is the forgiveness calculation page. The applicant will be asked to provide information about their payroll costs, other eligible costs, and number of employees. We include an integration with Plaid to automatically pull payroll information from the relevant covered period, which we will be using during this demo. After entering the required information, the loan forgiveness amounts are automatically calculated within this page. The SBA specifies that the final forgiveness amount is the smallest of the 3 potential forgiveness options, and our application automatically selects this value. Additionally, tooltips explaining each of the fields presented on this page, whether editable or not, are all provided and detailed with relevant information for the Small Business Association's forgiveness application. This is the document upload page. The applicant is required to provide documentation of their payroll and number of employees. This page will also prompt the applicant for additional required documentation, depending on whether the applicant included mortgage, rent, or utility payments in their forgiveness calculation. This is the final step in the workflow for the applicant. On this page, the applicant can review their forgiveness application and complete the submission. The applicant is provided with previews of all of the relevant documentation that they have uploaded during prior steps. Once an applicant verifies their application data is accurate, they can complete the application process by checking the boxes to agree and then signing and dating the application. Once the application is submitted, the applicant will receive an email verifying their application has been received and their portion of the workflow is complete. We'll now switch roles to a lending agent to show the application review workflow. This is the lending agent's workflow. In the center of the page, the agent is provided with a summary of the application and relevant data. On the right of the page, the agent is provided with a checklist of items to verify during their review process. Previews of the documentation submitted by the applicant is included, and links to the complete submitted documentation are available. The agent can add comments about their review that are attached directly to the forgiveness application. Once the agent has completed their review, they can choose to approve or reject an application or flag an application as requiring additional information or needing escalation.